Well, greetings, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Here is an iPhone that I've been wanting to get for my collection. It's been on my list for a long time. It's been on my list, and I've been hunting one of these down since probably 2017, honestly. Yeah, right, maybe 2018, right? So you're talking like 6 years. And I finally have one. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, matte black, 128 gig, right? On iOS 10.3.3. Like, yeah, right. This iPhone brings back so many memories. The iPhone that I named at my time, I remember when the 7 and 7 Plus came out. 2016, I was starting 8th grade. I was so excited because I knew that was the iPhone that I was going to get. So, from the iPhone 5S, I knew I was going to get the jet black iPhone 7, which happens to be this one right here. And right here, this was my main iPhone for 3 years of my life, from 8th grade through my junior year of high school before I got the iPhone 11 Pro. I never updated it past 13.6.1 for whatever reason, but this iPhone is never going anywhere. Very special. It's probably dead. It's got a bad battery. This iPhone has been through a while. It's got a new screen, a new home button, new battery, like everything. It's got no original parts except for like the logic board and everything else. But it's got a new home button, new screen that someone did professionally for me. That I know that is their iPhone repair specialist. I pay him like about $50, I think, or $60, and new battery. So, which is insane. So, I haven't turned this on in a long time. So, but main start of the show here is the iPhone 7 Plus here. Because I remember when this came out, I remember playing with this in the Apple Store. I remember riding my bike as a 14-year-old in my local Sprint, which is now T-Mobile. And then the guy, he's like, dude, you even know what that is? I'm like, yes, it's the new iPhone 7 Plus. It just came out yesterday. 10.0, everything. And I was playing around with it, right, and everything. So it was sick. And I ended up 3 months later for Christmas getting the regular iPhone 7 in jet black. But this was everyone's favorite. It came in matte black, jet black. I was so torn behind which color I should get. And then there were the ones with the white fronts, the rose gold, and silver, and then later in red. But everybody, even the ladies, opted for the matte black. Everybody loved the matte black, right? So, which is crazy. Which is crazy. So let's unbox it. I don't think this iPhone was ever used. It did not come with the plastic at all. Comes with the original box, obviously. But it did not have the plastic on it when I got it yesterday. I just unboxed it quickly and then had to leave. So, but here it is. You can tell iOS 10 right away. But let's see what else. It has all the original accessories and paperwork. So it's got literally, obviously, this is one of Apple's least successful iPhones because of the removal of the headphone jack. A lot of people were still buying iPhone 6s and 6s after the iPhone 7s came out, because there wasn't really much of a upgrade in terms of the processor and features. It did have the taptic home button, and then the 7 Plus had the first dual camera ever and 3 gigs of RAM. But I think a lot of people still bought the iPhone 6s Plus. I think was the sweet spot back in 2016 when the iPhone 7s came out. Because it still had the headphone jack and it was basically up to par. And both the iPhone 6s and 7 got discontinued with iOS 15. So they weren't really, yeah, right. So, but the accessories, they've apparently never been touched, never been taken out of their package. You got everything here. The pamphlet, no one ever reads those. Some people like me put Apple stickers on the back of their car and everything, but really cool. Might as well put this with my box collection. There you go. I love when things come with their original box. I had to pick up some new batteries. I got my Wiimote there and everything. I should have some more Wii videos coming. I just haven't put in enough Wii hours recently. But here it is, the nice slap of glass, the 7 Plus. Nice dual camera, nice matte black, and most importantly, still on iOS 10, the original iOS version this iPhone shipped with. I believe it came with 10.0, but yeah, right. Um, so, but this iPhone was probably bought in either July or August of 2018, and it was just set up once and never used, and then it got on eBay, and like, because I was just browsing on eBay. It's like there's a 7 Plus on iOS 10 I still need for my collection. I have two 7s on iOS 10, but not a 7 Plus. And I just one of the first listing I see iPhone 7 Plus and everything, and I could tell it's still on iOS 10. It did show the about page, so 10.3.3, and insane. Pretty insane. And then I didn't see another one. Like I may have found a rose gold, and I can't remember. That was really beat up still on iOS 10. But so these are really hard to come by nowadays. And who misses the? I forget what they call this, but you could use it this way, and basically, which was not on the iPhone 10, and it wasn't on the smaller iPhones. So, but basically, but how I know, yeah, and who also misses 3D touch like I do? Like this thing there, I don't think many people used it, but it was just a cool new feature to have that originally started with the iPhone 6S. So, but how I know that this iPhone was never reset once is because the Apple apps that it used to come with straight out of the box, I think it still comes with them. Are there like GarageBand numbers, Keynote, iTunes University, Clips, and Pages? All those downloadable Apple apps. They came pre-installed right when you bought the phone, set up for the first time. They're there. So, and if you reset it, those apps will go away. But you could always re-download them from the App Store. So, for free. So, really cool. So let's obviously confirm the software. And so 10.3.3, 128 gig, 7 applications. Beautiful. So when the control center was just basic and everything. So look at that. And it's kind of funny because I was obviously, right? Yeah, right. This is my main iPhone, my first year of high school, right? Obviously, iOS 11 came out. Right when it came out, I obviously updated it. So I updated from 10.3.3 to 11.0. It was awesome, everything. Yeah, I won't regret updating everything because even my main iPhone 14 Pro right now, I always update. It's on iOS 17. I'll find one on iOS 16 one day. But yeah, I always update it because I am support Apple with my main iOS 7 devices. I think it's 17.4 is the latest, so that is the latest version this iPhone is running. But I like collecting rare iPhones on upgradable software. And yeah, right. Or on their original iPhone that they came with. So because it's just fun and there's just something special about it. But literally for months, right? So I had my regular iPhone 7 on iOS 11. A lot of people upgrade their iPhone 6s, 6Ss, and 7s to iOS 11 like me, right? And then, but a lot of 7 Pluses were still running iOS 10, and I don't know why. It was crazy. Like, I remember in my math class, there was a girl that sat next to me, and she had a 7 Plus, still on iOS 10 for whatever reason. Just didn't want the new outlook, and it took a lot of people to finally update their 7 Pluses to iOS 11 after a few months. So, for whatever reason, versus me, this very iPhone 7 updated 11.0, right? and every update since. I think I went from 11.0 to 11.1.2. I skipped a few because they were coming out quickly, so, and I just didn't have time to update every time. So, and 6s and 6Ss. I think everyone on the football team upgraded right away, and it was just funny. But like you had a lot of right? 7 pluses left on iOS 10 for a while before finally being updated. So that was funny. And it was pretty easy for me to tell, if an iPhone was not iOS 10 or iOS 11, right? You still had that iOS 9 crew. There was someone, I think, who had a 5S still on iOS 9. It's like, I need a new phone so bad. I can't wait to get the 8 Plus. Yeah, right? Larry, I'm looking forward, Eric. You know a lot about iPhones and stuff. Like, what are the new features of the iPhone? I would tell them in the boys' locker room. It was so fun. That year. I think he was a senior. But, yeah, right. But basically, yeah, right. So, yeah. So that's why this iPhone brings back some sentimental. Because this iPhone was on the latest going into one of my first few transitional periods in my life. And God, that animation, the ways to wake thing, it's just flat, boom. But it is really cool that I finally have a 7 Plus on iOS 10. And there we go. Peace out, everybody.